Have you ever been love bombed? Do you know what love bomb is? Like, I've been hearing about it the whole week and I'm like, what are they talking about? And I finally went to look it up and I was like, yo, so are you being love bombed or are you love bombing someone? Let's stay together to the end and find out, because something has to change. You can't stay like this in your relationship. Like, You there, you're so dear. Hi guys. So I am your host, your hostess, or whatever you want to call me, and this is Relationship Therapy with me, Rafi Truth. So today we're going to talk about love bombing. We're going to talk about the general sense where everybody knows and everyone is talking about this week. Like, boy, I've been curious to find out what it is. But today I want to add something special. The Christian love bombing. So I wrote down a question. Have you ever met someone who came on so strong, so fast, and it almost felt too good to be true? You're being showered with compliments, constant attention, future promises, and yet something inside you still feels off. That, my friend, might not be love. It might be love bombing. We're going to find out at the end of the day if you're actually love bombing unintentionally and you do not know, or you're being love bombed and you actually do not know. What is love bombing? Is it like blasting someone with love? Like, well, kinda. But what makes it problematic? Because I mean, if somebody is blasting you with love, you should like it, right? We're supposed to love in the first place. But why is it a problem? The reason why it's a problem is because people do it in order to control people. So, love bombing is when someone overwhelms you with affection, praise, gifts, or intense connection, especially way early in a relationship. So in this case, they want to control you. They want to control how you feel about them almost immediately. Like, they don't give you room for you to actually see them, see the red flags, see the green flags, whatnot. They want to make it fast. So it is fast, it is intense, it's flattering. But here is the key. It's not about you. It's about control and it's about them. And that is where the problem comes in. How do you know that you're actually being love bombed? And here are some few signs you need to pay attention to. As I wrote, number one, too much too soon. They're talking about moving in, getting married before you even know their last name. Like, come on. There's a reason why there is dating period to talking to know each other. Number two, you have like non-stop communication. The person calls you like 24/7, texts you, you barely get a moment to breathe. Like, they want you to have them in their mind. And I get it. Like, people will say, they're like, is that not good? Well, it is good if you meet someone and the person is always checking up on you. But the problem is when the person wants it to only be about him or only be about her. That becomes a problem. Over the top compliments, that's number three. So you are the one, you are my soulmate, and they've never met anyone like you in this world. Like, all in a span of a week that they just met you. I get that people meet and they connect like immediately, like, hey, yeah, like, you're my soulmate I've been looking for. But you don't know me from anywhere. My past experiences, yours. Sometimes when you come to live with the people, you realize that it's not that automatic, right? There are things that are hidden in the crevices that we need to bring out. But like, you need to take your time and know the person. Number four, pushing boundaries. So I wrote that if you ask for space, they act hurt. They withdraw, or they guilt trip you. They make you feel like, why are you behaving like that? And one thing that these people do is they get you in so hard that when you want to come out, you feel so bad. Meanwhile, you don't know how you got there. That is love bombing, family members. Why do people love bomb? Now, here is the thing. The hard truth. Love bombing isn't always intentional. It is often manipulative. So it can come from people who are insecure, controlling, or emotionally unavailable. But they still want you to be there. They don't want you to leave. They want to make sure that you do not leave. So they give you just enough affection, as I wrote down, to hook you. Yeah, but only on their terms. And that is where the problem comes in, because you also matter. The relationship is about two people. I told you, he asks you, you accept, or you ask him, he accepts. It's not a matter of like the only person. No, it doesn't work that way. Now, how do you know you're actually being love bombed? How does it make you feel? You start off feeling flattered, right? Chosen, wanted, all about you. You feel so special. But after a while, you feel anxious, you feel trapped. Like, how did I get here? What is going on? You question your own feeling. Like, he is so loving, she's so loving, she does everything I want, he does everything I want. So why do I feel like I want to leave him or her? Now, that confusion there is part of the manipulation, and that becomes your problem. It's like you are the one that now feels bad about everything that is going on. They've trapped you. It's like Satan. He will never tell you this is bad, right? He just asks you, like, is this really what you want to do? And now it's you that you have to decide. You're the one in trouble. You're the one there alone. So there's a difference between love and love bombing. Let's draw a line. It's nice to have romantic gestures and all, like give gifts and stuff. So you guys have watched the Achalugo movie, the movie with Uzo, Arukwe, and Bam Bam, right? When you look at it from the start, it looks like love bombing. The way he was always buying gifts, like he's always like complimenting her and stuff. But what makes you know that that is not love bombing is the fact that he actually left her the choice to choose whether she actually wanted to be in a relationship with her. And he didn't guilt trip her with the fact that, like, I'm doing all this thing for you and like you don't want me, and then crying on her or like making her feel like she's the worst person on earth. When she first said it's a no for him, he backed off. Even the second time, he actually did back off. Like, he did not force her, he did not manipulate her, he just loved. That is not love bombing. If you guys don't know the movie I'm talking about, it's on Omoni Oboli TV. Love in every word, I think, but it's popularly known as Achalugo now. Anyway, so let's move on. So the difference between love and love bombing: you can do all those romantic gestures, like you can buy gifts for someone when you first meet them, you can compliment them and all, but you need to try and take it slow. You don't rush them to see the love that you have for them, that they should love you too immediately or by force. No. Real love builds slowly. I mean, it's because we are human beings. We are not that easy to love, right? We shall see faults, but then we learn to grow past the faults. But you don't try to use your gestures and your sweet words and stuff to try to cover up for your faults. Let the person decide whether they actually want to move on, although they are seeing all these things, like compromise. You respect the boundaries of the person. Real love actually does respect boundaries. That is very important. It's something I don't want, we discuss it, I don't want it. Real love gives you room to breathe. You can actually breathe and decide, as I said about Achalugo, right? But love bombing does not give room for that. If you ever feel like this person is loving you like way too much, like he's doing way too much, try to sit down, like sit the person down and talk to the person and explain. Sometimes it's abnormal. Love bombing is not just seen in the initial stages. I know most people have mentioned the initial stages of it, but love bombing can also happen in the middle of your relationship. Now let's come to love bombing as a Christian. People think that maybe this cannot be possible, or so far I haven't heard anybody talk about this, but there can be love bombing as a Christian sister or as a Christian brother. If you do not take care, someone can be love bombing you, or someone can love bomb you and you will not even know. And this situation arises from when people come and say that God said you are my wife, so we must marry. They keep coming on strong and prevent you from praying about it. He does not allow your opinion, and he keeps telling you that God told me, so it is okay. God has not told the person and you are forcing the person. That right there is love bombing. You are using God and his word to love bomb somebody. You are forcing the person, and at the end of the day, your relationship is not going to be nice. It's not going to be fun, especially if the person does not love you. And because the person is a Christian, you are guilt tripping the person. That right there is love bombing. The second thing I wrote down is that he or she uses scriptures to cover up for their sins. This can happen in the middle of the relationship when the person does something and you tell the person, instead of changing their ways, accepting their faults and stuff. They use the Bible to say that we have all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. They use the Bible to tell you that forgiven and you shall be forgiven. Like, that is not the point. You're not being told that I will not forgive you. You're being told that you did this wrong. Honey, I don't like it. Let's talk about it. You don't use the Bible to cover up your sins. You don't use the Bible to cover up your mistakes. That is love bombing. If you're trying to woo someone for the first time, be mindful of your feelings, all right, but also respect their boundaries, because, mind you, they don't yet know what you are feeling. Like, they don't feel the same way. So you need to give them time for them to feel it as well, right? So do not get me wrong. I am not telling you that when you meet someone, you cannot compliment them, you cannot love them, or you cannot give them gifts. No, what I'm telling you is, when you meet someone for the first time in your life, the best thing you need to do is to allow them room to see what you saw, right? To also feel love towards you the way you have felt love towards them. This can happen in real time if you allow them to see you for who you are and not manipulate them with all these things. If that is your thoughts, maybe when you do too much, the person will not have to waste time accepting you. That is not how a relationship works, because if you immediately do it, it can immediately come crashing down. If the honeymoon phase dies off after you have done all the gifts and stuff, when you become broke, the person will leave you. Or when you use words and stuff and the person becomes immune to those things, and now the person sees you for who you are, that you do not allow them to see in the beginning, you will lose your relationship. And that is why love bombing is a red flag and it is wrong to do. I just want you to remember something. Love brings you peace. If you're in a relationship with someone and it's already feeling like the person is manipulating you and it's not peaceful and you don't know how we got here, but you can't sit down and talk to the person, because whenever you try to talk to the person, they kind of make a big deal out of it, become hypersensitive, become like overly like annoying and behave like they are hurt and like, you shouldn't do this. Why are you doing this to me? They feel like they're going to die without you. You need to start thinking. You need to probably start running away. But my best advice I always give people is, don't quickly break up, right? My own is, try to sit down and talk to the person. Maybe the person does not know they are love bombing you, as I told you earlier. So try to talk to the person. Go for counseling if you must. Talk to your shepherd if you must, your accountability partner. One thing I also noticed, love bombers do not like accountability, because they don't want anybody to see what they are doing. When they are with you and you alone, they can manipulate you. But when they know that if someone else comes in, there's a probability of them finding out and letting you know. So they'll try to chase away your friends. They tell you they don't like your company of friends. They tell you they don't like what you are doing, who you are, what you wear, this today, that tomorrow. And mind you, they make you think that you don't like them, so that you don't end up feeling like, this person has no right to control me, because that is our problem as human beings. You only get to do something that you actually want to do yourself. Nobody can force you to do it. So that is the strategy of love bombers. They will bomb you. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to involve a good third party who actually knows about a relationship and knows how to give you good counsel, because they have your interest at heart. So I have a simple question to ask you. Have you ever been love bombed, or you're just realizing it after this discussion? Or are you love bombing someone and you want to make a change? Drop it in the comment section. I actually want to hear your stories and also help build this community and help each other grow. I love you all, and you know it. We have come to the end of today's video, and I do hope you learned something from here. Today was not your usual topic that we come here to talk about, but as it's trending, I really wanted us to come here and clarify and learn. So I hope you did learn. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I love you all so much. And as we say here, bisous.
I was once on the other side. Know the void you feel inside. That's why I beckon you. I'm the void you feel, I know it's real.